Hello. Day 700 of the quarantine. I've got a cheeky hour at the garage. Come up here the other night and just cleaned it all. That's satisfying as hell. And there's been some developments since the last video. Get these out of the way. I've got a centre cap because there's one missing. I've got some bits and bobs picked up. Very nice teal wastegate, whatever they're called, 38mm. So this is for the KP, and it's going to sit facing back about there at a nice jaunty angle. So got that to play with. I've got decent head with a fresh skim. I've got another crank on standard size bearings that's been polished. So there's also standard rods and pistons come in. When they arrive, I'm going to build the head up. I'm going to hunt for a new block. I've got a 1 inch and a 1 inch to 2 inch Toyota digital caliper come in. Not caliper, micrometer, one of them, but digital. So I can get measuring all my shims and stuff for the buckets. Yeah, so progress is slow as always, but that's life. So today I'm just going to write a list. I'm running low on everything in the garage. I need a load of TIG rods, running out of TIG rods. So and I want to get a new stone and a wire brush for that, and I want to make a little base plate that I can stick it in here and use it there. So small update. I will get back to you when I can next get up here. Me and Kyle also work on a little title sequence from some old footage, anything we've got of burnouts and stuff. And there's some cool artwork coming from a guy called V8 Jim off Instagram. He's done one of my car, and he's doing one of Kyle's Escort. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time. So it's about a week and a half later. My 25 to 50mm micrometer turned up, and I done all the measurements on the crank, and it is exactly what the guy said it was. So all the tolerances, I think a standard tolerance for a main on a 4E FTE crank is 46.985 to 47mm. All of mine are 46.999, 996, 996, 998, 997. So I measured them all 3 times, top, middle and bottom of each bearing surface, and I've done the same for the smalls, and that's all good. So I'm still waiting for my 0 to 25mm to turn up, so I can I'll need that for measuring the thickness of my bearings when they come, and then when I rebuild the head I've got to measure all these shims to make sure I've got all the right clearances, and then I can mix and match shims to suit. But this is the old head, and I've got an old school valve compressor doodah, valve spring compressor, but it won't fit. So I'm going to modify this, probably just cut it and weld a big bar and extend it, and then I need to find an old socket I can use and cut a window out of it so I can press it down. And that's it, no more updates so far. The coronavirus is really holding everything back. So yeah, I will get this modified and I'll show you how I've done it. Right, so here's my plan. I've got this rod, 2 lengths of this from a guy called Dan, who's got a very nice Golf Mark 1. I'm going to cut a portion, and I'm just going to hammer these open a smidge, slot it in, and then just buzz it up with a MIG. Job's a good one. Okay, so just welded a bit of bar in, so it all lines up. Now I need to, I was just using this socket as a reference, I need to find a bit of tube that I can sort of tack weld on there with a little hatch, and then I can compress it, use my magnet to grab the little collets at the top, keep the valve in place, and job done. And then I can put it all in my little bits of wood I made, so I can put all the springs and collets in each one of these, and all my valves can be in all these, so I know exactly where they came from. So let's find a bit of tube for that. Right, so what I found is an old 11/16 socket. Those are then nice, so I'm going to cut a little window in it, and then I'm going to weld a bolt to the end basically, and then I can bolt that on and take it off, so I can have a range of tings. But yeah, let me cut that up. Okay, so just welded a bolt. Nice window to get the collet out. It's just an old wheel stud. Try and capture this. So so this is exhaust side. So it's on the valve. Clamp that down. Well, don't need the magnet on that one. Okay, so there we go. There we go. One exhaust valve out. Homemade tool. Well, I say homemade. It was pre-made, I just modified it quick. And then it's going to go in there. Everything else is going to go in these, all labelled up. So yeah, let's get that done. So there we go, that works a treat. Everything's just in its place for later. The head, all the valve seats look pretty good. The valves were nice and smooth when they came out. Let me just move this around, sorry. So yeah, so this is the broken head with the gone stud. I want to fix this head and have a spare head. So I'm going to, when I next get to come up the garage, I'm going to pop the cams back in, torque them down with some oil in, and check for any binding up, and I'll get my DTI gauge and check for any movement, and if that's all good, then I'm going to repair this head and put it all back together and have a spare head. So that's it for this episode, just a quick one. Stripping the head, so I'm just getting ready for building this one. So yeah, peace, and I'll see you soon.